me take this off of the Enter YouTube Studio. Please pop up. What's up, Teague? How we doing today? We'll talk about whatever you guys are super interested in, it turns out. That's typically how it works. You guys decide the content. I could talk about a lot of things, but I want to talk about whatever you guys are interested in. Let me turn that on and save, and let me delete that stream. Delete forever. All right, now let me go find us on the YouTube so I can pull everybody's chat up. Man, there's a lot of work involved in this. You gotta pop things up here and there, and no thanks. Okay, and then let's do. How are you doing, Star Joker and Captain Dragon Slayer King? Pop out chat. Let's see. Pop out chat, and now I have the chat. All right, everything has been captured. We can now be successful. Let's make this a little smaller so that I can see the chat and the activity feed. We'll put this chat right here so that I can see it. All right, we're good to go. You're doing all right, Star Joker? Makes me happy to hear. Thank you so much for joining us today and several others rolling in. Have I watched Ahsoka? You know, I haven't watched Ahsoka. I've heard good things about Ahsoka, but I actually never really personally got into the animated Star Wars stuff. So, because of that, I'm not like sitting here freaking out trying to get to Ahsoka necessarily, because I don't have that like a natural attachment. I'm sorry, YouTube, I'm moving your camera. I wanted the YouTube camera and the Twitch camera to be next to each other. Pop you guys up just a little bit. All right, success has happened. Galactic Slayer, how you doing today? Is everybody happy? Is everybody doing good, happy things? Why did everything just turn off? We just lost power in the house. And it's back on. Okay, well, I'm still live on YouTube. That was weird. All right, well, now I'm just on YouTube. What's going on, YouTube? One second, I just lost power. Okay, well, I just lost power in my house, but I'm streaming on YouTube off my phone, so we can continue to chat. I just don't have a way to see what you guys are saying. Let me pop up chat. Let me see if I can find out a way to pull up you guys. Okay, very interesting. One second. My whole house just lost power. I should be able to pull you guys up right here, though. Consider watching Ahsoka. It works without watching Clone Wars and Rebels, but the context makes it better. Yeah, so that's a good point. Now that we're sitting here in the dark in a house with no internet. It's a really good thing I decided to stream off of my phone, because you guys would have been long gone now, too. It's very interesting. Now I gotta wait for the internet to reconnect so that I can actually see what you guys are saying. When you guys type, it popped up for half a second. So if I catch it when you type it, I'll be able to respond. But if I don't respond, it's simply because I'm waiting for my internet to reboot. The whole house just lost power for a second. It's like, oh. Scarlet Witch update. Well, the Scarlet Witch update was that they're not going to move forward with Elizabeth Olsen. Who heard that? Anybody else hear that? I did. that back in there. We got the light back on. All right, we're slowly piecing everything back together. Just waiting for the internet to decide to work again. Prefer YouTube anyways. I think that was Mr. Pretend. Oh yeah, obviously nothing was confirmed yet. That's just what I heard. I didn't hear anything like that, though I did hear Olsen did want to do another project in films. Yeah, recently there's been a lot of speculation that Marvel and Elizabeth Olsen may have been parting ways. As it was already pointed out to me, obviously there's no immediate confirmation for that, but you hated Multiverse of Madness? What made you hate Multiverse of Madness, out of curiosity? Do you think Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars will be delayed again? I definitely think that there's a possibility, especially considering the way everything is right now. Is there anything you can do about? Is there anything you can do about getting the internet where you go in? Actually, it looks like it just kicked back on.
Should be good now.
That was weird. I wonder why the power went off.
Yeah, it was the whole house that flash down here. Wi-Fi's back up though.
Okay, thank you. Alright, let's see. Working on getting my computer reconnected to the internet. Alright, we are reconnected. I can start seeing what everybody was saying. Okay, let me reconnect to my Twitch stream real quick. Because we are going live on Twitch. For those of you who want to watch more streams more frequently, we did, since our last stream on YouTube, we've done 4 streams on Twitch. Loki's dead, Teague. Loki died during the move from Utah to Florida. He did not do very well in the move. He died a while ago. Not to mention, there's so much they have going on without charity. This is where they're leading. King doesn't seem that exciting, honestly. Yeah, I think King might be a bit of an issue in the future. Those of you checking out the stream, I know we got a decent group of in here. Make sure you hit that like button for my own personal happiness. No other reason whatsoever. Just because it makes me feel better about myself. Alright, guys, while we're chatting here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Twitch Strom. That is Stupid Talk for Stream. Let me do YouTube and pull up your chat so I can see what you're all saying. This is Open House Home Insurance. Alright, pop out chat. How do I pop out chat? I gotta bring it over here. Pop out chat. Bam. Alright, now I got you guys. That was so weird, guys. My power completely disappeared. No power in the house. We might need a Loki Season 2 tree. That is a very good point. I completely agree with that analysis. For those of you who were around during Loki Season 1, we got a tree, named it Loki for Loki Season 1. That tree, unfortunately, died when I moved to Florida. Creator dashboard. Alright, there's that. Let's do stream management. And then go live. Alright, we're back. Confirm and go live. Alrighty. Loki dies all the time. I think that's kind of Loki's thing, is dying and coming back to life. That's a kind of his deal. Completely agree with that, Teague. Unstable. Hopefully it will restabilize itself, because at the moment it's unstable. Alright. Used to catch up with everything, but the quality of writing in their recent release titles has been awesome. There's no incentive to keep up with it anymore. It's become like the Star Wars franchise. Oof. What are my thoughts on James Gunn scrapping the Nightwing project? I think if he's scratching it, the real reason is mostly just because he's got his own plans, and I am really kind of putting a lot of trust in James Gunn right now, so I'm not that worried about anything getting scrapped. To be completely honest, on the James Gunn side of things. All right, let me go back and see some of the tweets I may have missed, or tech tweets. First off, they're not even called tweets anymore. What do we call them, though? Do we know what they're individually referred to as? Like, if they're not tweets, they're... What are they? Zeets? I like Zeets. Alright, I hate a multiverse of madness, but I still like Wanda. That'd be here. Do you think the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars will be delayed again? I answered that one. I think Marvel's done, to be quite honest. I was someone who was crazy for these movies, but bought me a ticket for every one. Now I don't even bother catching up with them. Did you hear the writers of Secret Wars have been removed from the project? I mean, the writers are striking anyways, but they won't be rehired to continue their work. Yes, I did hear that. That's a pretty crazy report, to be completely honest. Anything new about Spider-Man 4 and Deadpool 3? At the moment, Deadpool 3 is at a full halt. So other than the fact that it will very likely be getting delayed, no. And Spider-Man 4, all we're hearing is that it's going to be happening. Apparently we're going to get moving on this pretty soon. So hopefully, again, everything is by pretty soon. It's all post-strikes and post-problems going on with all that. So marks, since X marks the spot. I like that. So I was reading some marks, because then it could also be like remarks. I like that. I like that, Teague. We should call Musk. We should call Elon and be like, hey, we know what to recall your tweets. We'll call them marks. Thoughts on writers for Secret Wars being replaced? You know, what can anybody think? Obviously, there's been some writing problems. People haven't been too happy with the writing. People haven't been too happy with a lot of the organization of everything going on in the MCU. So ultimately, I would just say not that surprised, and no, it's not the end of the world either. Like, it's okay. It won't be devastating for us. Really hope the strikes end soon. Yeah, you know, the details of the strikes are that they're getting a little bit worse, a little bit more detailed. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that actually all ends up trending. Yo, somebody just did a 100. What's that looking like? All the reactions. I like that. How do you do that? Who's doing those reactions? That's cool. I've never seen that before. Whoever's doing those little reactions on the side, I have never previously seen those, so that's kind of cool. 100, baby, 100, baby. Oh, you trying to make me an NPC? Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the laughing face. Thanks for the heart. Not gonna lie, I don't necessarily enjoy the NPC streams, but I know I'd be really good at it. I still don't even know how to do that. Oh, is it right here? Reaction. Oh, and I can do my, like, little emotes? Oh, no, I can't. That's not it. Is it this? No, that's not it either. That's like emote typing. Close. I don't know how to do the reactions. I've literally never even seen reactions before on YouTube, and I've been going live for years, so. Barbie or Oppenheimer? You know, they're really two completely opposite things. This isn't even like comparing apples and oranges, because one's a fruit and one's a vegetable and one's a dessert. You know, they're comparable. I think the whole marketing strategy behind Barbenheimer was really, really clever and very well done, and definitely helped both movies. But ultimately, if you're the kind of person that's going to watch Barbie, you're not necessarily the person that's trying to go watch Oppenheimer. They were opposite films. I know a lot of people made events about it, and a lot of people have seen both, but I don't think that it is really a comparable thing. I truly think it's more. Yeah, I don't have a heart on the right side of my screen. But I think Barbie's obviously done some pretty amazing things. Yeah, I don't have them. I literally am looking. Maybe it's because I'm on the creator, so I can't react to my own channel. Maybe if I were to go on a different channel chat where I wasn't the creator. But yeah, I don't have the app option to do that. It's kind of wild. The viewer. Only on mobile is what? Well, there you go. I'm not on mobile. I'm on my PC and I'm on my laptop. My mobile is what I'm streaming off of. It appears that the internet died again. It did. I don't know what's happening right now. Ba-da-dum.
Yes.
Internet's dead again if you can fix it. Well, this is annoying, guys, but that's alright. We're able to push through it. We're able to push through. Ba-da-dum. Bum-ba-ba-dum. Do 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 do. I understand internet issues though. Oh, it's so frustrating. Internet hasn't been broken in a million years. I sit down to do a dual stream and everything's broken. I can't do anything. It's like freak. It's like car insurance. This is always there. It's always there. It's always there. But the second you actually need it, it doesn't work. I've heard a lot of good things about Blue Beetle. I haven't personally gone and see it. I'm really excited for the future of DC. I'm one of those guys. I've pretty much moved on already. So I'm waiting for Superman. I might see Aquaman. I didn't even see The Flash. I'm just. There's so many big superhero movies. I want the ones I watch to be ones I'm going to appreciate. So it's hard for me to get behind. Oh, quick, let me watch this movie, but
Should be good.
all right, should be good. Ba-da-doo. Bum, ba-da-doo. All right, reconnecting to the internet, everybody. Yeah, there's just so much going on. Hello. It's a funny comparison. It's a true comparison. They're two very different things. Alrighty. No. No, no, no! Okay. Restarting the computer again. I want to watch Blue Beetle. I don't care about The Flash more because of the problem than anything else. And Aquaman hype is just completely non-existent. Yeah, nobody's even talking about Aquaman. Any new non-superhero movies coming out? There was probably a couple movies that I was pretty excited about. There's some horror movies coming out. New Insidious. I don't think anybody cares about that, but new movies coming out. Actually, don't really see anything I'm excited for. Nothing looks good. Nothing looks good. It all looks terrible. Yeah, 2023 has not been a great movie year. Not a lot of great stuff going on in 2023 as far as movies are concerned. I'm not really sitting here super excited for anything. I think Mario was the thing I was like the most excited for, and I had a lot of fun watching Mario, but even still, that's like, it's Mario. You know? Guardians of the Galaxy was good. Yes. I will cede that. I am very capable of sitting there saying, you know what, Guardians of the Galaxy was good. But I don't really feel like a 2023 success. That was more like the end of an era of a franchise success. So it wasn't even like, oh, this new product. The problem with Guardians of the Galaxy and why that doesn't really count in my brain is literally because it didn't count. In the sense that Guardians of the Galaxy was a success because of its past being tied together with its future. When are we going to get something new? That's what I'm really sitting here thinking. All we hear about are all these reboots and these things that aren't exciting. And it's very difficult for me to be excited for that. Very difficult for me to be excited for that, indeed. That's my problem. Everything's a reboot or a live action or an animation I want some new ideas, you know? It's one thing that I'd say got me pretty excited about the new Avatar movie that came out. It was at least, you know, a little bit of a different idea. The original Avatar, I wasn't even the world's biggest fan of it because I literally called it Space Pocahontas, basically what it was. But the new Avatar I actually really enjoyed. It really pulled me back into the franchise. It really gave me something I felt like we could get excited about. Just an idea and a thought. Are you a fan of Vin Diesel as Groot? Oh, Dominic Toretto and Groot? Yeah, I like the Fast and Furious movies, and I think he's a fine Groot. Enjoy the stream. Take care of Galactic Slayer. What are the Crossless movies? Yeah, I guess those are all right. Dune is not a new idea. Dune was written before Star Wars, and it's a remake. There was already a Dune movie. Although I am enjoying Dune is not a new idea. I think the most recent new IP that we got that really excited people had to have been Game of Thrones. You know, there was some originality there. And that was something that finally created a little bit of excitement. Rebel Moon and the creator coming out. Yeah, those are some new things at least. Still doesn't feel like super interesting. I guess a lot of people are interested in Rebel Moon. I know I'm getting up and walking around trying to fix all my stuff. Nothing seems to be working today. Which is very frustrating. Hollywood is out of ideas. Well, I think people are trying to take the easy road. I think a lot of the time it's how can we make quick money? How can we spend money to make money? And a lot of these old IPs, for the most part and for the longest time, were making money by simply cashing in on nostalgia and excitement. But I think that's starting to dry up a little bit. So somebody's going to have to come up with something new. Do you enjoy Moon Knight, and do you think we should get some of Oscar Isaac as him in the MCU? Yeah, absolutely. I think we will get more Moon Knight. And I did thoroughly enjoy Moon Knight. I think eventually he'll end up collaborating in the MCU. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that's why I actually mentioned Game of Thrones. I feel like Game of Thrones was one of the few fantasy IPs that was created with the purpose of literally carrying, you know, that. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Teague? You got a platform. Let's see what people say. Maybe people will like it. Give us a synopsis. How about that? Would you be willing to share a synopsis? All right, finally set up. Okay. Do I like Thor: Love and Thunder? I did enjoy Thor: Love and Thunder. Definitely a lot more. I'm definitely on the higher side of the overall enjoyment. We still live. Yeah, we are still live. Thanks for reading my comment. Made my day. Well, there you go. Thanks for sharing your comment. What does everyone think about the Expanse? People I heard talk that it's peak fiction. I don't know what that is, Bats. I'm out of the loop on that one. Next year is better for movies and television. Yeah, it's been a rough one. Try to think what anything newer than maybe Game of Thrones. Like, is that the newest successful IP? Hey, that's okay, Teague. I was offering you a platform. Because guess what? You're not a writer. But this is how dreams are made. You know, you start sharing, you start collaborating, you start working pretty hard on some of those ideas. I think, given your background, what I understand about your background, you definitely possess the opportunity to, to expand in that area if it was something you wanted to do. So don't cut yourself short by saying you're not a writer. Everybody's a writer. This is like Ratatouille. Anybody can cook. Anybody can write. But you have to feel that confidence to grow and put some time into those ideas. And you never do know what happens, especially with communities like this one on YouTube. Yeah, I'd love to see Teague's idea one day too. Maybe when you get a little bit more comfortable about the direction or something that you'd like to write, you would do it, you know? J.K. Rowling wasn't a writer. It's not like only writers are sitting around coming up with big ideas. I think a lot of the people with the fresh ideas are the people who aren't modern day writers. They're people with big ideas and they need to find out a way to share them, you know? I think especially in this day and age, there are so many ways to get creative and to share that creativity. Stranger Things is a newer IP, that's true. All right, let me know. The Expanse. I haven't even heard of The Expanse. That's the other thing. We also live in an era where, yeah, it's easy to get access to sharing ideas, but there are also so many ideas out there. You did write a sci-fi short film, but I'm working on editing the script before I can make it. I don't have much in the way of funding yet. Free Guy was good. Free Guy was something that was kind of fresh and kind of new. I think overall, a lot of Free Guy was great because of Ryan Reynolds individually. It was more like a little peek into the mind of Ryan Reynolds. But yeah, no, it definitely was a lot of fun. I wouldn't really call Free Guy a whole new franchise. I actually kind of hope Free Guy just stays as a one-off movie and they don't try to do Free Guy 2. Favorite Fast and Furious films? It's gotta be number 2. Percy Jackson, that's another new franchise that hasn't really been given a fair opportunity. They're doing the new TV show, and I hope they really, really like go full Game of Thrones with it. But we'll have to see. Be right back. Okay. Percy Jackson is based on a book. Yes, I've read all the books. But it is a newer IP. I read all the books. The first book came out when I was probably in 5th grade or 6th grade. So it's still newer than probably both Game of Thrones. Maybe not Game of Thrones, but it's definitely newer than Avatar, potentially. And it's probably definitely newer than Harry Potter. Um, Even How to Train Your Dragon, that's a newer IP. Those books came out when I was probably in about 7th or 8th grade. Thoughts on Succession? What is Succession? Y'all keep asking me about stuff I've never heard of. What's an IP? Let me Google. I know what an IP is in the form of a sentence. What is an IP? Intellectual property, that's what it stands for. Yeah, I knew that. So it's more like the idea. They are making a whole new Disney Plus show, though, for Percy Jackson. How do you replay to live chats? There is like a search bar at the bottom of this video. You should just pull it all the way to the end. Or like leave and come back in. I was all excited to stream and then the internet broke and everything went wrong. Fast and Furious is probably the second one, first one, fifth one. Yeah, in that order. Those are my 3 favorite. You go 2, 1, 5. Even Fast and Furious, though, is a newer idea. When did I last talk to Warren? About 10 minutes ago. I talk to Warren every single day. 2:50, so 11 minutes ago. Already did that! Exclamation mark. What kind of watch is that? It's just Apple Watch. We should do some type of graft system. Take care, Star Joker. Thanks for hanging out. It was a little different. The Lego movie was a different idea, and I like that as well. Sat down to eat and saw your stream. Fun to chat while eating. Well, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. That's why we're here doing these live streams. Opportunity for everybody to jump in and have a good old conversation. Sitting here thinking about all the franchises. We should do like a draft, like a whole bracket of franchises. All right, name some franchises. Obviously, we have Star Wars, the MCU, the DCU, Fast and Furious, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, what have I missed? Oh, the Mission Impossibles. Bond, James Bond. Stranger Things. What else is pretty massive? I'm talking massive, not just. Gromedy? Unfamiliar with Gromedy. You know what I feel like is really fun and different and new, but we're getting movies so slowly with it? The Knives Out with not James Bond, Daniel Craig and a bunch of different actors, Chris Evans with in it. They just did Glass Onions with Dave Bautista. Transformers, yeah. Glass Onion and Knives Out were really fun movies. You know, I want to put Chronicles of Narnia, but I don't feel like they've completed. Did they finish it, or did it just stop? How many Chronicles of Narnia movies were there? I know there was one. Narnia movies. No, I guess they did do 4. 2008, 2005, 2010. Oh, never mind. They did do it. Box office total for 3 films was $1.5 billion. No, they didn't make all 7. There should have been 7 movies, and they only did 4. Actually, they only did 3. When did The Silver Chair come out? They never did. Yeah, they only did 3 movies. Yeah. I feel like that was a pretty good adaptation. The first one was really good. And I think I saw Prince Caspian or whatever. I'm not going to add Chronicles of Narnia. I will add Avatar. SpongeBob count as massive? It is massive, but in a different way. You know, SpongeBob's arguably more popular than a large majority of these ones I've been writing down, but it's a different kind. Like, honestly, Scooby Doo, such a massive amount of projects, you know? Like, literally, Scooby Doo would probably be one of the most, just one of the biggest IPs out there. The amount of movies and projects, all the way going way back in time. But it's not really quite the same. I mean, there are live action movies, there are shows, there are animated movies, there are series, there are kids shows. There's even the adult one that came out on HBO, the Velma one. That was pretty good. Even I watched a bit of that. Like, honestly, I might even put Scooby Doo down just because of how big it is. But I don't think SpongeBob's quite there. I'm going to put Scooby Doo. I'm going to figure out maybe a way to do a live bracket with it. I feel like it'd be kind of fun. Here comes the really scary part, 'cause it's terror time again. But you know we... Yeah, I thought the Velma show was kind of fun. Yeah, like Aragon, Teague. We got one movie that was really bad, but imagine Aragon. Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid, that's a good one. Karate Kid. See, it has an original, a remake, a show. That's a pretty solid selection. 'Cause it's terror time again. Yeah, you might just die of fright. It's a terrifying night. You didn't like the Velma show? I thought it was fun. It's harmless. I thought it was something fun. The thing is, what about the Rocky Creed universe? Yeah, I guess you could probably say that. I don't think that one will be considered as strong, but I definitely think it can get added. I mean, we're trying to think what we're comparing that to. I mean, it could definitely be a wild card. I want to find the best way to maybe go through and rank everything. I feel like that'd be fun. The Expendables, I'm not going to put down the Expendables, but that's a good pick. The Terminator. See, Terminator, that's a good one. Terminator. Ghostbusters. Let me read this list off to you guys so far. Star Wars, MCU, DC, Fast and Furious, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Mission Impossible, James Bond, Stranger Things, Transformers, Avatar, Scooby-Doo, Karate Kid, Rocky, Terminator, Ghostbusters. Back to the Future. I give Back to the Future a little respect. Back to the Future. See, there are some horror ones, like Halloween, for example, or Chucky, but I think that's kind of its own genre. So I'm not going to include that. I'm thinking. I'm not being quiet. Y'all keep throwing ideas out there. I might have to do a whole separate draft for like animated shows like Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob. I might have to do a whole different animated one because those don't really compare to what we're talking about here. It's more like massive fantasy world. Star Trek. How has nobody said Star Trek? Do we count Sonic and Mario? Because they're kind of newer. They're old, but they're newer into the movie space. I never did watch. I watched snippets of the Halo series, but I never watched the whole thing. Not if you count the live action Mario Bros. Yeah, no, I'm not counting those. I'm just thinking more like for the future of this animated, because I really do think that Nintendo's going to try to do this whole Nintendo universe. Um, I'd be very surprised if they weren't. Star Fox CGI movie would be good, I feel. Yeah, definitely could see that being something they do. Moving forward. Just thinking, guys. Cars. Yeah, but once we start diving into stuff like that, you got Toy Story, Cars, Finding Nemo. You got so many in there that would be really hard. That would have to be its own category. Because we're really thinking big fantasy kind. Obviously, Cars is fantasy, but I think we're really talking like that kind of stuff. Since James Gunn is doing a Supermoon movie, I would have liked to see a Man Lex versus God story. Science versus magic, Angel, Superman versus Demon or Darkseid. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Very intense, Dimitri. Which I guess DC's meant to be intense. That's kind of the whole point of DC. To be intense. Cause it's terror time again. It's a terrifying time. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Jumanji's a good one. I could add that. There's enough Jumanji to maybe go around. Is it as big as, some of these other ones? No. Is it worth mentioning? Absolutely. We also could do like old school movies like Breakfast Club and a few classic horror films and some really old school movies. Even like the old school Top Gun stuff. That would be kind of fun to do. I'm going to think about it. I want to come up with a fun way to do it. But for now, I did just want to hit a little bit of a stream. I wanted to chat with you guys on YouTube. See how everybody was doing. Hopefully pretty well. We're still going to be rolling out some content. Still kind of in a vacation brain mode right now, trying to figure out how I'm going to fit in the new genre of cosmic culture on YouTube. I think I'm heavily considering maybe doing some gaming. Maybe even like a Minecraft thing. I don't know. I'm really trying to figure that out. Get back to work, T. We're just finishing up here anyway. I'm really trying to figure out exactly what it is I want to do. I will be doing more live streams, guys, on Twitch. I'll leave a link for any of you. I know there are a few of you still watching before you log off. I'm going live again later on Twitch, so if you do enjoy the live streams, Scooby-Doo Zombie Island is for the absolute winners. Yeah, let me grab it. Channel. Copy. Okay, here you go. So anybody interested in the live stream that's enjoying the live streams, recommend big time going ahead and drop in a follow over there. Because we are doing live streams frequently. And we're having fun. And I'm going to figure it out. Starting next month, I might be streaming some games. Won't be like a serious 24-hour gaming thing. It's just going to be like casually when I'm playing games. I'm going to try to stream it. And have some fun with that. So that will start off on Twitch. I have not decided if I'm ready to start doing that on YouTube just yet, because it is so different from what the channel's been historically. Historically, it's been like news reports and stuff, and I want to get back into that. But I want to find out a way to do that to enjoy it myself as well. Because movie stuff's kind of drying up on me. I'm having a hard time enjoying it. And I think a lot of you guys are as well. So unrelated to whether or not you guys are enjoying it, I know I'm not enjoying it quite as much. And for those reasons, I'm trying to figure out what the future of the channel will be. But thanks for hanging out during these live streams in the meantime. It's always fun chatting with everybody. And I'll think of some fun stuff for us to do. So thank you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.